football. The first play we started, Brother Moore clotheslined Andy Marshall, I think, and Andy Marshall was a pretty good sized boy. I said, Brother Moore, I think I've got to go. I've got a wife and 3 kids to support, and I don't think I need to be good yet. So I gave up on the football. We played softball on the church team. Brother Moore was very competitive playing ball. We'd have a few altercations on Friday night, and he'd get up and repent on Sunday morning. When Brother Moore was at Saudi Days here, we got any Saudi Days people here? He would scrimmage with a high school football team, right? So they could have enough to scrimmage, so they could practice. That's where Brother Moore was. Whatever you needed, wherever you needed it, he was there. One Sunday, I was standing in the back of the church. I was ushering. Tom Pickett, Ken Adams, and John Fox and I were standing up back there. And Brother Moore said, take your Bibles and turn to John. Now, don't get ahead of me on this. Tom and Ken and I just took our Bibles and turned around and faced John Fox. Brother Moore laid his Bible down. He said, excuse me for a minute. He had to go back outside and regain his composure. One Sunday, I was the head usher, and it was my job to signal that whoever was leading worship when Brother Moore was ready to do the baptism. And he would always give me a thumbs up, and I would give whoever was leading, Bruce or Ronnie or so on. Well, I got busy one day, and I wasn't paying attention. Somebody said, Brother Moore's waving back there like he's either drowning or hailing a cow. So I finally looked at him, he did this, so I signaled to whoever was leading, and we went on. After it's over with, he said, come here, boy. He said, son, somebody didn't turn the heater on in the baptismal pool today, and I was freezing. So I learned real quick to pay attention to Brother Moore. One Sunday, he was sitting on the stage doing the overhead projector. He got happy, got singing and all. I didn't see it, but Joe did. The chair just flipped back over. Brother Moore never come out of the chair and landed sitting up. He said, praise Jesus, and went right up. As I said, we made a lot of trips together. We went to Alabama and places when people's loved one died. If you've ever been in the car with Brother Moore, well, first of all, he's driving 100 miles an hour. And he's just looking around, praise Jesus. But when you're in a car with Brother Moore and there's nobody but you and him, can you imagine the knowledge and the love that you can gain from just being with him? All of you know. I learned so much in those visits going around with Brother Moore, and I could never thank him for the impact he's had. We were playing in a golf tournament one year, and it was a warm, sunny day. Brother Moore had already, he'd had his stroke, and he was recovered. So I asked the tournament director if Brother Moore could be our designated putter. And the tournament director said, sure. I was the tournament director. So anyway, we let Brother Moore putt. We were doing good. We needed about a 50-foot putt to have a chance to, come in first, second, or third. Brother Moore walked up, never looked at the ball, looked at the hole. He just got down and putted, and he went in. He turned around and said, God is good all the time. I have a lot of funny stories, but I have more good stories about the impact Brother Moore had on my life, and Miss Pixie. I can never thank her enough for loving us and loving me. You just can't imagine how I feel right now. My hero has beat me to heaven. I like to write poems, as most of you know, and this is my tribute to Brother Moore. I hope something in here will be a blessing to you. In the scheme of God's master plan, he needed a very special man. Someone to come to Tennessee to share the good news with you and me. He had a very special man in mind, a man who was loving, gentle, meek and kind, to teach us how to love and live, how to care for others and forgive. He preached Jesus is alive and well, and he prayed that no one wind up in hell. That special man was Billy Roy Moore, who has graced us with blessings galore. He taught us to be of good cheer, never doubt, never judge, and never fear. We're here today to honor that special man who carried out God's special plan. Today he is seeing his Jesus face to face, and he's thanking him for his amazing grace. He's seeing his family, his loved ones tried and true. Oh, by the way, he's seeing Brother Gochard too. You people at the chapel, you know Brother Gochard. You'll get to meet him someday. He's walking down the streets of gold, and he's seeing the sights and the prophets of old. There's coming a day, and won't it be great, when we meet Brother Moore at the Eastern Gate. We know there's victory in Jesus today because Brother Moore has showed us the way. I thank God for that very special man and that very special day that he sent Pastor Billy Roy Moore my way. You know where this last line came from? Hug 17 people and tell them you love them. Now, I want to introduce Brother Moore's pastor. He has been with Brother Moore and Pixie for the last few years. He's loved them and they've loved him, and he's been a blessing to them.